Supporting student success in science practices, the Omaha Public Schools identified a diverse mix of 8th and ninth grade students from 6 schools who demonstrated potential and passion for science research. The goal is to enhance their skills so they can help lead the next wave of students, as well as to expand their own understanding of scientific field research and career opportunities. The philosophy is to put students in a new environment away from home, with digital tools and outdoor education, first at Glacier Creek Preserve, run by the University of Nebraska at Omaha, and then traveling to Upham Woods in Wisconsin, with the University of Wisconsin Extension staff and expertise to help the students continue to explore and collaborate. For 3.5 days, students were an explorer of the world. This is their story.
I think it was such an opportunity to be able to come out in nature away from like the city and be able to embrace nature in a way we've never seen before and kind of appreciate the real world around us and not really be so caught up in technology or texting or social media, but actually appreciate every living thing around us.
I think with the DOTS tools, you can go into more detail with like the precise temperature or like the up close imaging if you're doing like pictures of something.
In the sciences that we are in, we don't use tools like that a lot, so it was neat.
Something that I thought was really cool on this trip was when we went to the waterfall that was completely frozen, and I thought it was really amazing just how things can be that beautiful that are just created in nature. And I also think on the science side, there are so many things you can experiment with in that and just like looking up close.
So many questions started popping into my brain and so many ideas, and that hasn't really happened in a while because with school it's very structured and you're not really free to think of your own ideas, and I really liked this.
As a teacher, I know that the most important part of the scientific inquiry process is when students are given time to reflect on their findings, to journal, and collaborate with others. When this happened, this left students with even more questions sparked by their own curiosities, which led them to want to learn even more.
You're doing reflections, just reflect and just kind of think about what I've been doing and how is this helping me to do my project, and just putting it together better. And more practice doing the project is always good.
I thought it was cool that with this trip we could find a question in really anything and everything, and we could test on it using the new tools that we got to learn.
The transect method gave me another way to collect and analyze data and let me practice science like field researchers do.
I learned that there's different methods to everything, and one method doesn't always work for you as well as it does for others. Like Victor, he was trying to do the core to estimate a tree's age, but it turned out the cores weren't that well to be used, so Mr. Mihai showed him a trick.
Like going back to the DOTS kits, when you drilled inside the tree, you were able to look into the tree and see what's there. Normally in schools,
I saw the others using the tree borer on the trees, and I wanted to find a way to measure and get a sample of the ice, so I decided to use the tree borer myself, and I called it an ice borer.
Never even really done anything with sandstone before, and when we did it, we used a microscope or a magnifying glass to look at the sand up close, and we examined how the grains work and how they are.
Like a night hike out with your senses that you usually don't use during the day.
With a citizen science project and field research, students were doing science because they're intrinsically motivated when provided useful tools and immersed in a meaningful area with phenomenon and support and guidance about their own questions. To conclude the weekend, we had students do a mini seminar to explain their data.
Of all of the steps, and then presenting to your students and to the teachers taught you a lot of life lessons about how to present on a bigger scale and how to present in your future life.
Doing the obstacle course is a lot like science. You have to work as a team and learn how to communicate and not everybody talk at once, because you're not gonna hear everybody and nothing's gonna get done. It's just gonna be a bunch of chaos.
It was sort of a challenge because I didn't really know a lot of them, but at the end of the day, when the trip was over, I learned something about every individual there, so that was a good experience. I enjoy working with others, being interactive with others, and doing different activities with others. I met a lot of new individuals.
Interesting to be part of a group and investigate something as simple as looking at trees, but then it evolves to this bigger project, and I really like the whole idea, so maybe I'll go forth with that.
Because there are a lot of things that I learned here that if I would have just stayed in Omaha or didn't expand anywhere, I would never have known. And so I appreciate being given the opportunity to be here and to learn all this stuff. So
I liked just finding out the trail camera out in the field, so I decided to put a little snowman there, and you sort of caught me and caught us in the act.